Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the background. This is just a ramble, a rant, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it, quite frankly. I can't find any movies to review, trailers to review. But I did want to address some topics in my comments, um, and I don't quite understand. Sometimes, like today, I came back from the show and I had more than 9 comments, which is very unusual for me. For a while I was getting some where I had like a hit video when I looked at RRR or some of the foreign movies and shows. I would get a bunch of fans from out of the country because I don't know. YouTube somehow games the algorithm. I think it's not realistic in my view, but whatever. Because sometimes I get wildly a bunch of hits, and then other times it's like I should be getting hits here. I'm talking about something popular and famous, and like it just seems like it runs out of gas. So I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I have a very small channel. I'm not really complaining, but I just find it interesting how the patterns of comments goes. Now, as you all know, if you're watching this, I look at trailers and analyze the trailers from a screenwriting perspective. I break down the 3-act structure, how it looks from the trailer, and I haven't seen the movie. Now, you might say, what good is that? Well, it is good for people who don't really watch movies all that much, and they don't see these things. They don't watch a movie and go, why was that movie bad? They just go, oh, that movie sucked, and they go their merry way and say, I'm never going to watch that again. Part of the reasons movies suck is because the scripts are bad, and they don't follow the 3-act structure a lot of times. The movie unravels, and it kind of goes nowhere. It doesn't heighten properly. You know, you have a 3-act structure. You have the first act, the second act, and then the third act's a big finish, regardless of the kind of movie it is. That could be a big fight. That's the kind of movie I like. Or it could be a big emotional finish. You know, it could be a big horror reveal. It could be a lot of big things. It's not necessarily all just action, but that's what I like. So, the kind of negative comments I get, and I don't care, because all the negative people, 9 times out of 10, they're mad at me because they like the movie. Or the topic in the movie, or the director, or whatever, and they're mad that I'm criticizing it. But rather than just move on like normal people, this is YouTube, like normal people, like if I watch a video and I say the guy's gonna bash a movie that I like, I might watch it if he has interesting comments, and then if he doesn't, I usually just click off and go to something else. I don't even vote it down, unless the only kind of videos I vote down is when there's a guy, like if James Gunn made videos, and I wouldn't put it past him. He's way too much on social media for my taste, but like a guy like Gunn, to me, like he's too big to be making videos about every little thing. Right? I'm not big. I'm a nobody, so I'm making videos. This is what you do to help boost the sales of your books and, you know, get a little traction. So, but for somebody who's got millions of followers, let's say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to, I don't know, go down in the gutters and pick things apart. You have bigger fish to fry. If I had the kind of fan base that said, if I had a couple of million of followers, you know, I'd be like, I don't know, like Mr. Beast seems to do nice stuff with his channels. With great power comes great responsibility, right? Like if you have the power of a channel, you want to do something nice for people. PewDiePie, I like what PewDiePie does. He does nice, positive videos, fun videos. Like, there's really no need for him to dig down into criticism. There's just no need for it. Like, he could do that with video games, and he kind of did that back in the day when he was a hardcore video gamer. I don't know if he still does that. I see his videos on occasion. It seems like he's sort of drifting away from that to a large extent, doing just fun videos. I actually haven't seen his video pop up in my feed for a while. Where the hell is he? YouTube. Anyhow, you know, and so it's weird to me that people will bother to get emotional because someone criticized their movie. It's not their movie. It's like a movie they like, you know, or a book. Like the most recent one was Silo. Now, I have not read the Silo book, but that's not what I'm talking about in my video. I'm talking about Silo, the trailer, and what it's trying to promote. And I say it promotes poorly. Now, that doesn't mean Silo's bad. I just don't like the elements they're showing me. They're not showing me the good elements that I would say, ooh, this looks interesting and fun. To me, in the case of Silo, they are showing people trapped in a silo. They live there. And then they show people leaving the silo and dying. And that immediately is a red flag to me because it feels like either they're faking the deaths outside to keep people in the silo, or they're not, in which case, why are they going outside to begin with? I mean, there's a lot going on there. I get it. I haven't read the book. And a lot of people said, no, the book is good. But it can also be true that books tend to be, or some books, tend to be untranslatable into a TV show or a movie sometimes. They just don't work sometimes. So I'll give you an example. MCU is coming out with a Thunderbolts movie. That is not going to work in my view, because Thunderbolts was a very specific thing in the comics, and I could literally spend about 20 minutes explaining the convoluted background to Thunderbolts and why it worked in the comics, but it's not going to work in the MCU. It's just not going to work. They don't have the background and the history that the comics did, and they're not going to present it like a comic. There's too much, like, you know who's in it because of the celebrities. You couldn't hide what's going on in Thunderbolts, and I don't think Hollywood's capable of doing it. I mean, I think I could do it under the right game plan, but it would cost millions of dollars. You would literally have to pay big name actors just to use their name in the Decoy movie to convince people that it was happening the way you imagine it was happening, so it would be a surprise when you made the movie. It's that convoluted for Thunderbolts. So it just can't translate into a movie that makes any sense. It's just going to be a superhero movie. It's going to be nothing like the comic. It's not going to be, in my view, special or interesting or unique. It's just going to be second-tier Avengers. That's all it's going to be. At a time when you really need to kick up your game, MCU, but I think things are falling apart with the MCU. I think they may cancel the movie, quite frankly. I think they'd be smart to cancel that movie. So there are things that just don't translate. Now, I don't know if Silo is. Somebody pointed out that the book is 550 pages and contains 9 short stories, 4 of which are prequels. And I just thought, that sounds awful. Now, that's just me. Number 1, I don't like long books. Number 2, there's nothing short about 9 stories that are a total of 550 pages. You divide, if that's true. I don't even know that's true. That's at least like 50 pages a story. Those aren't short stories. Those aren't short stories. They're novellas. Really, that's what they are. I mean, my novellas are about 80 pages typed out. When you put it in book format, it goes to about 120 or something. But, like, I don't even know. Again, I'm not even knocking Silo the book. It could be very good. It could be the greatest book ever written. I don't know if it works as a movie or TV show, wherever the hell it is. I don't even remember. It looks like it won't work. But that's just the elements I saw in the trailer. And that's just my opinion. That's the other thing, too. I've been wrong about a bunch of movies. I said oh, this looks terrible. Turned out people liked it. It was a good movie. I said, oh, this looks good. Turned out it was terrible. That has happened multiple times. You can go back in my videos and you can call me out all you want, but I'm just guessing anyway. And I don't really care. And you could say, oh, your guesses are terrible. Okay, maybe. I don't know what my record is off the top of my head. I guess I could go back through hundreds of videos and figure it out, but, you know, part of critiquing movies is not being right. There is no right answer to art. There is only a right answer for you. Like, there are terrible things that I love because I saw them as a kid, and they're nostalgic for me. I love them. I love the banana splits. I know you'd go, what? And if you look it up, you'll be embarrassed for me, because the banana splits are a bunch of guys in crazy costumes. The sound is terrible. The cartoons are old Hanna-Barbera cartoons you never heard of. I love it. I love it. When I'm old and drooling into a cup, you can put me in front of the YouTube or whatever the equivalent is and show me banana splits all day long, and I'll drift to sleep peacefully. But there's different things for different people. So kids in the 90s, there's a bunch of terrible cartoons they like or whatever. Everybody likes something that other people aren't going to like. It's not what it's about. It's not what about critiquing it's about. It's about talking about things and kind of getting a feel for something. And there's been plenty of people who like me, who say in my comments, I don't agree with you, I like the movie, I thought it was good. It's fine. It's fine to like things. I don't care that you like things. I don't care, you shouldn't care that I don't like things or like things. It's just a way to, I'm just a springboard to information based on my perception as a screenwriter. And again, some of that works and some of it doesn't. You know? Sometimes it's a terrible, terrible trailer for a good movie. It's presented wrong, and that's happened a lot in Hollywood. It just happens all the time. Sometimes they just give away the whole damn movie in the trailer. I'll never forget sitting in the theaters watching the trailer for Far and Away, with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and watching it going, I've just seen the whole damn movie. What the hell is Ron Howard doing? Now, you might have looked at that movie and said, oh, I love that movie. What are you talking about? I felt he gave it away in the trailer. It felt like the entire movie was in the trailer, and it also looked terrible to me. I'm Tom Cruise, and I'm Irish. I'm the best Irishman ever. I'm going to run all over the place. Like, he didn't come off as Irish to me, but Nicole Kidman was pretty good, I thought. I mean, she seemed to have the accent. Anyhow, there's also the case where it's an amazing trailer, but man, the movie's terrible. And that really speaks to the editing of whoever put together the trailer. And sometimes that's true. You take the best 3 scenes out of a movie, cut it to pieces, throw it in a trailer. The rest of the movie could be dull as watching sand blow in the wind. And, you know, and you could say, well, that's kind of misleading or whatever. That's the fault of the trailer. But actually, that's a successful trailer. It's an unsuccessful movie. And really, it's just an excuse to talk about movies, really. And you might think, oh, you just don't like anything. That's not true. I've liked plenty of things. But people tend to forget the stuff people like. When I come out with a trailer reaction and I love it, oh, this is great, this is awesome. How many things can you say, this is awesome? How many times can you say, this is awesome? This is awesome because of this. This is awesome because of that. Like, those videos to most people are boring. They don't like videos like that. They like videos that are a little contentious or very contentious. They love them. They especially love it when it's a bad movie and you critique it, right? They love that. People love to see, I don't know, Hollywood jerks get their comeuppance by a nobody, I think, or by anybody who kind of knows the movie. So if you're banking on liking everything I like when you watch these rants, I don't know what to tell you. There are plenty of people I watch who I like. Sometimes I don't know what they're thinking when they like a movie or like a video game or whatever. I just go, okay, I guess that's your deal. People like what they like. So, I mean, you could rant in the YouTube comments all you want. I don't mind it. It's engagement. I don't like when you're rude, though. Don't be rude. You know, make your point. Some of you have very valid points. And, you know, like the big controversy recently, Matt Walsh in the quartering video. Sometimes people criticize you, and I'm not even sure what their criticism is. They seem to have gone off of like one sentence in a 15-minute video, and I'm just trying to think, what the hell did I say that he would react this way? And then I think about watching the whole video to figure it out, and then I just go, I have stuff to do. I have stuff to do. I got to live my life. So making the videos is enough time for me. Anyhow, I'm ranting too long. That's my rant. Sorry I'm a little punchy. Doing a con all day and doing another one tomorrow. Book signing tomorrow at LBI Book Swap. So that'll be fun. Yeah, so don't take it too personally when I don't like what you like is the takeaway, I guess. And yeah, live stream tomorrow. If you want to interact with me and actually call me out on something, come to the live stream. Call me out all you want. We can go back and forth a little bit. Don't go too nuts. I mean, it's a live stream. You're going to be in the chat. I mean, and again, don't be rude. I don't like rudeness. It's not helpful. Not helpful. But most people won't. I mean, you won't. Most people who don't like my videos, they'll never watch them again because they didn't like them. So what was the point of even leaving a comment? Like, what if I went, oh, you're totally right. I'm an idiot. I'm going to delete this video. Are you going to subscribe to my channel? I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan somewhere in the house. Check in the live stream tomorrow. I'm going to push it back to 9. I'm not sure when I'm going to be back from LBI. It's kind of a long drive, so better to be safe at 9. Hopefully the coronation will be over, or is that going on for a week? I don't know. A lot of my fans are in the UK. Anyhow, we'll see you